Hi there, Claire here from My Mortgage, and today I just want to talk about something that we do quite a bit, which is buying someone out of a property. So I think in the past this used to be quite a simple process, and it still is, but there are quite a few more tick boxes that we need to meet these days. Firstly, what is buying someone out? Well, essentially it's when you've got an existing period of two parties owning a property, and one wants to exit. Either they're a friend and they've decided to buy a property on their own or with a new partner, it's the end of a relationship, it's a family member exiting, brothers and sisters, etc. So there are all sorts of different ways in which this can happen. Essentially, everything is relatively similar though. The process is similar depending on what the situation is, but the first thing we do is we establish value of the property. So this can be done in a few different ways, and the key thing is that you agree on the value. So firstly, you can get a couple of real estate agents to come in and appraise the property. Generally, we recommend that if you can have between 1 and 3 appraisals, that just means you can take the average of all 3 and make sure that they are realistic. The second way is to do a bank valuation, or what we call a desktop valuation. We've got all the software or the online logins to do this for you, and we can generate a report for a very, very small cost. And if you agree on that value, then you can use that value. The third way is the most robust, and it's called a registered valuation. So you may have had these in the past, and essentially that's just someone going into the property and confirming what it's worth via a detailed report. Once you've established the value, then you need to establish what money is going to be paid out to the party who's exiting the ownership. So usually what we do there is we take the existing property value, we take the existing lending, and the difference between those two numbers is essentially the equity. If there's 2 parties in ownership, we simply split that in half, or there might be an alternate split that you've agreed on. And then the person that's going to stay as the owner of the property would borrow the current value of the lending plus what you've agreed you'll pay the other party out. So, for example, we might have a $600,000 property with a $300,000 mortgage, which means that there's $300,000 left in equity. That's $150 each for 2 parties. So we add the $300 you've got owing at the moment to the $150 that you need to pay out the other party. And essentially we gain an approval to borrow $450,000 to pay out the other party. From there, usually there'll be some kind of agreement between you, some kind of legal agreement, a separation agreement, a relationship property agreement of some kind. And that just confirms basically that you've got no further financial obligations on either side to the other person or to the property. Once that's been established, we can simply change everything over. If you've got a fixed term, we'll check any break fees, etc., and we'll set the new person up with the structure that fits their new situation. So to get the ball rolling on this, please get in touch with us. We love talking through and making it really easy, and we can also recommend some really, really good professionals to help you out in this situation too. Click on the Contact Us page and get in touch, and we will get the process started for you. Talk soon.